People from all over the world usually gain more leisure time as they age, likely a natural consequence of fewer child-rearing responsibilities and, eventually, retirement from paid work. How we use that time has a huge impact on how we age, both mentally and physically. It's never too late to pick up one or two or more of the following activities that have been scientifically shown to increase longevity. Hello, this is your host, Diann Schindler. Thank you for tuning into Life After 50, Aging with Grace, Style, and Grit. If you have watched my videos or if you read my blogs, you will not be surprised by the recommendations I tout. That is, exercise, eat well, don't binge drink alcohol, sleep well, don't smoke, stay free of opioid addiction, keep stress down, and maintain a vibrant social life. So, for today's video, let's dig deeper, get more specific. Yes, indeed, there is even more you can do to live well and live longer. Let's take a closer look. Number 1, walking. For years, we've been told that high-intensity aerobic activity is the key to a long and healthy life. It turns out that simply putting one foot in front of the other may be enough to increase brain volume and enhance neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the ability to grow, change, make new connections, and function in a new way. One study found that men and women with the average age of 70 who were more active had a lower risk of dying early compared to those who were sedentary. Those who ran and played racket sports, such as tennis, squash, pickleball, and my most recent favorite, paddleball, indeed all racket sports, reaped the most benefits. Nevertheless, it is important to note that walking was a close second, and a recent review of existing research determined that as few as 4,000 steps a day could be the magic number for a longer, healthier life. Therefore, I encourage you to walk. And walk regularly. Furthermore, if you can, find a buddy with like motivation to join you. If not, just get out there and enjoy. Number 2, learn a new language. Essentially, learning is a healthy brain's best friend. We know that to be true. Spending time gaining new skills, including a language, can boost brain neuroplasticity and help slow cognitive decline. Learning a new language can improve our brain's overall function and ability to do essential actions like storing and recalling information, processing memories, concentrating, and problem solving. Plus, there are other skills that develop as you learn and support long-term brain function. For example, effective communication, active listening, and problem solving. And don't worry, even short, intense learning periods can boost attention skills. So, you have the time to do this. Brain scans have revealed something fascinating. Language-related parts of our brains can physically change as we learn. Imagine that. The hippocampus is an area of the brain that is involved in handling memories, learning, and dealing with emotion. And the hippocampus is an important part of the brain to take care of at any age. Shocking to know, but we must hear this important point. Degradation of this part of the brain is closely linked to Alzheimer's disease, specifically struggles with memory. My goodness, this is motivating to engage in brain work, don't you agree? Yes, it is difficult, I know firsthand, learning Portuguese. Taking an 8-week class for 4 hours a day in a tiny classroom with a Portuguese teacher who was pretty good at speaking English. But she stopped speaking English on the 3rd day. I was like a deer in the headlights. And I'm a lifelong learner with a background in education, so I know how to learn. It was nearly as difficult as my freshman college biology class, but I stuck with it. I never missed a class, and to tell you the truth, I was a bit confused most of the time. Whew! I completed the work, I passed the class, and the truth? by the skin of my teeth, and I earned the A2 language certificate. Hallelujah. Now, every day I am out and about in Lisbon. I speak Portuguese. I work at incorporating what I learned. It isn't easy, but each time I speak and am understood, I do a little celebratory dance inside myself and stand a little taller. If I can do it, you can do it, I promise. Number 3, pursuing education. The benefits of new learning do not stop at learning a language. Look for anything that challenges you. It's extremely important that you are challenged on a regular basis. Let's talk challenges. Challenges activate a different part of the brain, the cerebellum, which governs more automatic and reflexive behavior. It automizes tasks and frees up energy for new information. With the internet, it's easy to find new opportunities to learn and engage. It's an infinite universe of things you can learn. Yes, this is exciting, and admittedly, without a good attitude, it can be a bit scary. Hence my use of the word challenging. And let's forge ahead. Here are some simple, easy approaches to get out of your comfort zone into safe, supportive places. Try local adult centers, local community colleges, where often there are no fees for seniors. Explore continuing education programs, university extension programs, and of course, the web. Wherever and whatever you choose to learn, set milestones or goals to help you stick with it. Jot it down on paper or in your daily journal. Unless you have an objective, unless you have a specific plan, that is, where you want to go, you can fall into the trap of doing it for maybe a few days, then stopping. No, my friend. The brain needs regular incentive, not just 2 days this month, but every day this month, every month. One of the beauties of growing older is that we don't have to take tests, at least not the traditional school variety, thank goodness. However, you can look at it this way. Studying for an exam may be just the motivation you need to acquire a new body of knowledge, improve your brain, and learn something exciting and new at the same time. Okay, now, let's look at Rhodes Scholar, formerly known as Elder Hostel. Do you know it? The Rhodes Scholar mantra is, experiential learning opportunities change lives. It is learning while traveling. This is my favorite recommendation since, as you may know, I am a world traveler, having traveled to over 46 countries in 4 years as a solo nomad. And at that time, a mere 9 years ago, I was a senior solo nomad. I began that adventure when I was 69 years old. Call me crazy, but the truth is, I never even considered my age as I set out to explore the world. It was only when I looked for like-minded travelers and Googled senior solo nomad that I thought about my age. Guess what I found? Nothing. I got nothing, and I was shocked. You could call me stupid, or perhaps say I lack self-awareness, but I believe it served me well, and it continues to serve me well. I simply keep on doing what I want to do. Okay, enough about me. Back to Rhodes Scholar. This not-for-profit Rhodes Scholar organization is the world's largest and most innovative creator of experiential learning opportunities. It is a diverse community of knowledge seekers and explorers, united in the belief that lifelong learning is a vital part of overall well-being. They believe, as I do, in living life to the fullest at every age, not just by looking at the world, but by experiencing it. Yes, consider Rhodes Scholar Study. It is possible for you to meet new people, touch history where it happened, and delve deep into the cultures and landscapes. I mean, what do you have to lose? Do you know what is even cooler? Rhodes Scholar has renowned experts to lead you to experience in-depth and behind-the-scenes learning opportunities by land and by sea on travel adventures designed for boomers and beyond. The breadth and depth of their offerings are unsurpassed, and they even have scholarships. Rhodes Scholar offers thousands of learning adventures in more than 100 countries and throughout the United States. Before abruptly dismissing this and thinking this isn't for you, please check out Rhodes Scholar with the link to their website in the show notes below. It's worth a look-see. Before we go on, let's pause a moment. If you are still watching and enjoying this video, first, thank you, and then please hit the like button below. Consider forwarding this video to your family and friends. Also, I would greatly appreciate your support by subscribing. Thank you. Alrighty then, on to number 4, juggling. Several studies have pinpointed juggling as one new skill that can be especially helpful in preserving brain and body. A 2022 review of 11 studies looking at the effect of juggling on the brain found enhanced neuroplasticity. There's that word again. Neuroplasticity, the ability to grow, change, make new connections, and function in a new way. Juggling is a complex perceptual motor task. You have to know where the balls are, anticipate them, and move your arms, sometimes your feet. And juggling doesn't require special equipment. Perhaps tennis balls. It can be done sitting or standing, and it doesn't require an instructor. You can do it alone or with others. Number 5, dancing. Dancing is another form of physical activity that may slow down aging. Let's look at one study of healthy older adults linking dance with positive changes in the hippocampus, a brain region associated with aging, similar to that of endurance training. Dancing led to improved balance, while endurance training did not. Participants attended weekly dance classes or did endurance and flexibility training, including cycling or Nordic walking for 18 months. While the endurance group did the same thing over and over, the dancers were tasked with new routines each week, from jazz to line dancing to square dancing. I love that, don't you? The extra challenge of remembering and learning routines may have made the difference. And as another study pointed out, dancing can get you out of the house. Number 6, adopt a pet. Bringing a pet into your life can spark joy in unexpected ways, from playful messes to warm cuddles. Beyond the endearing tricks, imploring darling looks and tail wags, pets also have a surprisingly positive effect on your well-being. Whether it's encouraging you to get outside for daily walks or offering comfort during quiet moments at home, animals can contribute meaningfully to both your physical and emotional health. As we all realize, as we grow older, we often face reduced social engagement. Furthermore, physical challenges may limit our ability to socialize. For some, the days may feel long or lacking in purpose. That's where a pet can make a meaningful difference. If you are feeling isolated, a pet can be transformational, offering connection and purpose. Studies have shown that pet ownership is linked to a variety of health benefits, including these 6. 1. Improved cardiovascular health and blood pressure control. 2. Increased opportunities for physical activity and exercise. 3. Decreased loneliness. 4. A marked drop in levels of cortisol and stress. 5. An increase in social interactions. 6. And finally, improved mood and emotional health. Surprisingly, felines may provide superior health benefits. A 2022 study found that cat owners experienced a greater reduction in cardiovascular disease risk factors than other pet owners. Other research on homebound older adults who own cats found evidence of lower levels of depressive symptoms compared with dog owners. But before you start to write to me because you love dogs and feel slighted, note, Dogs can be especially beneficial because they need daily walks that may in turn lead to more social interactions with neighbors and friends. On a personal note, I love cats and dogs, and I have been thinking about getting a pet for the last few months. The truth is, often when I wake up in the middle of the night to turn over, I remind myself to be careful not to roll over onto Kashmir, my cat, or Tashi, my dog. Well, listen to this. Kashmir and Tashi have been gone for years. Obviously, they are both still in my head and in my heart. So, I have decided to get a kitten. Yes, I totally understand it is a commitment, taking care of an animal. And I'm convinced a kitten will be wonderful for me, especially since I live in an apartment in Lisbon. Coincidentally, I play paddleball every Sunday with Ines, a veterinarian, and she has agreed to help me find a darling kitten to love. Listen to this too. She tells me she can teach me to walk my kitten on a leash. Oh boy, I love that idea. Again, enough about me and my kitten. Let's get back to the topic at hand. A study of nearly 8,000 older adults who lived alone found that having a pet was associated with a slower rate of cognitive decline, especially in verbal cognition, memory, and fluency. Caring for pets has also been shown to promote a sense of calmness, reductions in anxiety and blood pressure levels, and for some older adults, they provide a sense of purpose, inspiring a fuller life. Pets often encourage older adults to increase activity levels. Simply caring for a pet, feeding, bathing, grooming, playing, and petting them gets a person moving. Also, as you may know, there are also well-trained therapy animals that allow people to participate in life more fully. Finally, you say a dog or a cat is not for you? I get it, really I do. Perhaps considering a pet turtle a bird or fish, they too can enhance our lives. Number 7. Quilting, photography, and video games. A landmark study led by Denise C. Park, Ph.D., at the Center for Vital Longevity at the University of Texas, Dallas, randomized one group of adults aged 60 to 90 to learn quilting, digital photography, or both, skills that activate working memory, episodic memory, and reasoning, spending about 16 hours a week over 3 months as the formal learning group. The other group, the control group that is, was assigned less demanding tasks like crosswords and socializing. The findings? Testing at the end of the 3-month period showed that those in the formal learning group had enhanced memory and processing speed compared to those in the control group. It wasn't just the learning, but also the social environment and the perceptual motor skills required that made the difference. It is true. Often people underestimate the impact of socialization. Now, video games are less social, however also good for the brain and certainly worth considering. I know, video games and screens have been blamed for many of society's ills. But when used the right way, may actually help keep you young. And listen to this. Researchers from the University of California, Irvine, monitored a group of adults ages 60 to 80 as they played either Angry Birds or Super Mario 3D World on a Nintendo Wii U. Participants did not have prior experience with video games. Meanwhile, the control group played solitaire on a computer. So the results? Well, the video game group showed improvements in memory, and memory, as you know, can be a prime casualty of aging. The gains were seen after 4 weeks of playing, indicating that 10 to 20 hours of play is needed to see an effect. The authors speculated that the changes, which lasted for another 4 weeks after the individuals stopped playing, were partly due to the three-dimensional environment of Super Mario. Look for the Super Mario link in the notes below, and don't forget, you can even share your play with your grandchildren. That could really be fun and invigorating for everyone. Oh boy, lots to choose from, even within the above short list of activities. With so many healthy activities, how do you choose? It might be hard for you to choose even one. If the goal is to protect your body and your brain, it's not just one challenge. Oh no, it is exercise plus diet, plus cognitive stimulation, plus social engagement. Yes, that's a lot, I know. But I also know you are worth it, and you know it, too. Many of you, my age and younger, will remember James Brown, the godfather of soul, and his 1976 release of Get Up Off of That Thing. It's such a good message and fun. For a little more motivation, I encourage you to check the show notes below. Find the James Brown link. Listen, watch, get up off of that thing, and dance. This is your host, Diann Schindler, signing off for now. Thank you for tuning in. See you next time for more Life After 50 instructional and inspiring videos.